Hello, my name is Dr. Salman Tetik. Welcome to today's session in the module of Introduction to Business Operations and Management. What we are going to cover today, first, we are going to talk about how our businesses organized and how is this change, what is a manager, principles of human resource management, professional discussion on management process and departments. Yes, let's start by defining how businesses are organized. Actually, it is also called and known as the organizational structure. What is the structure of the organization? Or when we are talking about the organizational structure, what comes to our mind? We simply define it by the allocation of the organizational resources within an entire organizational system. So, within an organization, always there is a hierarchy. Allocation of the hierarchy or outlining the hierarchy is a part of organizing. So, organization or organizational structure is the part of organizing strategy of the management. Management is the process of achieving organizational resources by using organizational resources effectively and efficiently. So, in that case, we have some functions to implement the managerial activities: planning, organizing, staffing, leading, and controlling. So, and the organizing as the second function of the management process, ensuring to design and structuring the organization. So, mostly, if we are talking about organizational structure, we think of here outline of the hierarchy. Even though we mostly differentiate and split into three levels of the hierarchy, there are some type of organizations that have flat level organization or flat organizations. It means that hierarchy of the level is very less and narrow, and so they don't have more hierarchy level within the organization. So, and on the other side, organizational structure shows all the departments and management levels within the organization. So it is shown by a figure. This figure is called organizational chart. When you see an organizational chart, and on some of the websites of the organization's companies, you may see that they provide that structure. It shows the departments or departmental managers. Under the departmental managers, what are the subunits? All of them are figured out by the organizational chart. And how do we design these organizational structures? Actually, it depends on the organization. What I mean by it depends on the organization. If the organization is operating in a specific industry, or if the company has several operations in different industries, they can design and develop industry-based structure. In order to focus on each industry, they can differentiate and divide the structure into different industries. And it means that they don't have a common human resource management department. They don't have a common finance department. Each industry-specific structure and the division has its own human resource management department, finance department, production department, and so on. So on the other side, we have simply functional structure. And it is one of the simplest one, a simple structure. With respect to the business functions of the companies, we develop the departments of the organization. What I mean by the functions of the business? What do you know about the functions of the business? If I want you to remind, and the first, for instance, the production. Production is, yes, is a department, but is a function of the business. On the other side, we have finance, departments of finance function. We have accounting department and accounting function. We have research and development department or the unit, public relations, human resource management, and like that, right? So, or marketing department, sales department, for instance, right? Under the top level of the management, if there are departments, as I discussed and mentioned, this is called as functional structure. Or some of the organizations have operations in different regions. So they can have regional structure or region-focused structure. Let's say that the company has operations in Europe, and also it has operations in Asia. It has also operations in Africa, in America as well. So for each target market, they have a division. So it is region-based structure. On the other side, we have also product-based structure. So think that you have an organization, it has different type of the products. In order to focus more on the product, you can have a product-based structure. Let's say that Sony as a company, it's producing music players and the Xbox or the PlayStation. So based on the product the organization produces, they have a division. What's the meaning of division? And the for an entertainment division, for instance, music player division, or kind of things, electronic division, right? Electronical devices division. So under these divisions, and the structure includes all the functional departments. What does it mean? For instance, in regional base and in Asia division, there are finance, accounting, human resource management, marketing, sales, production department. And again, these functional departments operates under the and Europe division and Africa division. So, you know, there are several human resource departments under the same company or organization. Yes, we have another type of the structure. This is called matrix structure, or it is also known as the project-based structure. In this structure, actually, there is a project-based work or team-based work. For each specific project, a team is built. In this team, there are functional and staff coming from the functions of the department. And as I have mentioned, within the organization, there are functional departments. Each functional department, there is a staff joining the project team. In the project team, there are also project members. They are primarily have responsibilities to implement the project. But you know, during the project management, you need to also manage a financial side, human resource management side, and the also research and development side, marketing side. All these functional operations are performed by the people who come from the departmental or functional departments. Okay, so it is possible to develop and create this type of departments and structure for the organizations. Yes, and as an example, again, the production department is solely responsible for the production of goods and services. Accounting department has the responsibility of recording all the financial transactions. Research and development department is in charge of producing new products, items, or services or ideas. And marketing department primarily is responsible to promote the items and also the products or services of the organization. It's like that. So human resource management department, for instance, yes, basically, even though we define human resource management as finding the right people for the right job, so within an organization, you know that human resource management department has several responsibilities and duties. Now we will talk about it in this session later. Okay. And but in this part, maybe we can underline the importance of the HR department for the organization in terms of having a liaison role or collaborative role with the other departments. It's always discussed that actually human resource management department or human resource department has a connection role between the other departments. Sometimes it connects the top level of the organization to bottom level of the organization. Yes, and organizational structure also refers to how an organization conducts its business operations to achieve business goals. Yeah, of course, it is. It is done to accomplish organizational objectives as the main purpose. And not only the organizational structure, all the actions and operations and the aim to achieve organizational goals. All types of business will have to coordinate or plan their business activities and the staff member who execute them. Yes. And this is important because, you know, you are defining the roles of the people within the organization. You are outlining their responsibilities and you are delegating the relevant and related authority to the people for performing their assigned tasks. This is a critical issue, and this is one of the most important things in organizational structure. You are not just defining the departments and units and hierarchy. On the other side, you are defining the jobs and the roles of the people within the organization. If there's an overlapping responsibility or if there's an undefined responsibility, in that case, the organization or the system will not work properly. There will be always a gap in terms of system operations. Okay. Yes, and I think I have discussed that. In that case, as a part of the developed and defined roles, now, one of the critical roles within the organization is a managerial role. What is a manager? Or who are the managers? Simply, managers are the decision makers. With respect to the level of their position within an entire organizational hierarchy, they hold the responsibility for decision making. Yes, they are primarily, and the purpose and task is to make that decisions. So, based on the approach of the manager, we can talk about the different types of the decision-making processes. Some of them may encourage their staff to join decision-making processes. Some of them prefer to make all the decisions by themselves, and etc. So, yes, this is the manager. Thus, their responsibility will be more than their staff. Absolutely, is another thing. And also their authority will be different based on the level that they are involved in the department. What I mean, if we categorize an entire organization with 3 levels, at the bottom of the organization there will be top level managers. Top level managers will make the strategic decisions of the organization. At the middle level of the organization there will be middle level or the managers or departmental managers, they will have mostly tactical decisions. At the bottom of the organization, as you know, we have the operational level managers, such as supervisors, foremen, right? And they are responsible for decision making for the operations, daily operations, weekly operations, blah blah. Yes. And okay, how do we define the role of manager and to create a team that works well with each other? Yes, and the team working or developing a team for a specific project is under the responsibility of a manager. And also the understanding of the organizational objectives and the departmental objectives should be cleared by the manager. It is one of the role of manager in explanation and also transferring the organizational objectives. And on the other side, by the employee point of view, the managers have another role. What is that? They help their employees to achieve their career objectives. Their growth and development issues are also concern of the managers. And of course, inevitably, one of the main objectives is to accomplish organizational objectives or help to accomplish organizational objectives. Okay, let's come to the Department of Human Resource Management or Principles of Human Resource Management. Why is it important to organization? Actually, it is important because nowadays in contemporary business world, the human resource management is not only recording work hours or engaging with the disciplinary issues or recording also only about the health and safety issues. It's more than this. And in contemporary world, the human resource management focuses on development and growth of the people within the organization. And within actually depends on the business of the company, the different skills and abilities of the people can be facilitated and can be used by the companies. But by processing knowledge and through the knowledge management and development of the technology and the mental ability of the people, of the employees are becoming more important than the physical abilities. And that's why the businesses and organizations are trying to make more investment on human by providing them development opportunities. That's why it's really critical. And another important point, as a department within the organization, human resource management departments have a connection role, a liaison role between the employer and employee. You know, the well-being, for instance, well-being of the staff is the concern of human resource management. Okay. Yes. So human resources are on the most valuable asset of organization as the mental abilities, and they are becoming more important. And so the attainment of success will also depend on the corporate culture and values, organizational climate, and management action resulting from this culture. So HR or HR management will help organization to build a good culture for accomplishing organizational objectives is another thing. And also HRM is a concern with collaboration, which involves getting all the members of the organization to work together to achieve a common goal. Actually, if you think that motivation of the employees are also a concern of the human resource management. Yes. And in professional world, and what can we say, that management process and enable businesses to adopt change in the marketplace. So, and human resource management will take a role here. Adaptation of the staff. You know, if you decide to change your technological infrastructure within the company, human resource management will undertake a huge responsibility for adapting all the staff to those technologies after changing the technology. Will be training, will be specific assignments on the project. So in development process of organization, always HRM will be a partner of this. So, and as a whole, the management, right? And it entails the identification and specification of procedures, establishment of roles, performance evaluation, and exploration of opportunities for further growth. Yeah. And as it's going to be the next topic, and it will be better to get something by researching team building and team working. As we have underlined in this session, and one of the manager's role is to build teams, to manage them, to guide them, to give objectives, to give inspirations to the team members, and the team building and team management is becoming an important point. So what did we understand from today's session? So how are businesses organized? By structuring them with respect to the expected objectives or the developed objectives of the organization, operations in which the organization, operation in which in terms of the industry company operates, and the size of the company. And by assessing all these dimensions, we need to have a proper structure. It might be a functional structure, it might be a product-based, region-based, or matrix structure. And we are choosing one of them is fitting the organizational mission, vision, and purpose. So what is the manager? Simply, managers are the decision makers, and role of the human resource management is becoming more and more important in modern world, as it has a liaison role between the employer and employee, or between the top management and the bottom level of the organization on the other side. And the human resource departments are becoming an important and part of the change processes within the organization. Okay, so finally we have discussed the discussion on a sort of professional discussion on management processes and departments as well. All right. Yes, if you have any question, this is the email address. You can send your questions to this address. Thank you and have a nice day.